Good morning, everybody. I am on a 17 Escape right now. Now, I rebuilt this motor. I actually put a new block in this vehicle as well as cylinder head and gapped all, I set all the valve clearance and everything nice. Actually better than factory, so this motor has a little bit more wear tolerance to it. I set it smack dab in the middle. I find the factory valve clearance is typically either really loose or really tight. I set it in the middle on this vehicle, so this motor ended up being really quiet when I was done doing everything, the block, the cylinder head. The reason I replaced the cylinder head is because on this vehicle, the spark plugs wouldn't come out of the cylinder head. And I tried to extract it and it damaged the threads, and I didn't want to helic oil it. The vehicle was still under warranty, so I said to hell with it. I'm not going to give the customer something back that I had to fix. If it's still under warranty, I'm going to replace it. So I actually replaced the whole entire motor in this vehicle and just only reused the things that were transferable. All new gaskets, fluid, plugs, the whole 9 yards. And this lady's been driving this vehicle for 10,000 miles, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, a P130D code popped up. And she took it to another dealer. And I was watching the guy's, I was looking through the guy's story on his pinpoint test, and it says DG6, he answered it a specific way, and then DG7, he answered it a specific way. And I'm looking at how he answered it and following the pinpoint test, and I was like, wait a second. Why does he say that he answered DG7 this way? And it says what you need to do is check fuel quality if it's yes, or check or replace knock sensors if it's no. He says he did this neutral profile correction and reset cam and all this other stuff. That's not even part of the pinpoint test. And the guy he claimed labor time based off what he did. Well, it shows up back here at my dealership because he's like, the customer's like, it didn't fix the problem. Something's still wrong with the vehicle. So I get it. I start looking at fuel quality on this vehicle because this thing hasn't misfired. It hasn't did anything. Hasn't ran poorly in 10,000 miles. I want to know why I'm getting a knock on the cylinders randomly. So there's a quarter tank of fuel in the vehicle, and this vehicle's typically driven in more rural areas, very long distance, so it stretches its legs quite a bit. I pull some fuel out of the fuel system, and I start to see the water separating inside the plastic water bottle. And I was like, wait, this doesn't seem right. It seems like there's water in this. It doesn't seem like very good fuel quality. I smell the fuel. The fuel smells really weak. It smells like there's a shit ton of ethanol in it. And it just doesn't seem like good fuel in general. So, we were busy yesterday. I didn't ask for a fuel card or anything like that. I took my own hard-earned money, went to the Shell station, and I put $20, 89 octane in it. Fresh fuel. Quarter tank in there, mixed it all up, and I noticed my adjustment for spark went from crazy numbers of us adjusting to barely having to adjust at all. My numbers went down to, I don't know, they dropped like almost 60 points with fresh fuel mixed in there. I put about 25 miles on the vehicle and it quit acting up completely. The code cleared. I did several cold starts, well, semi-cold starts. Just now was my first cold start here on camera. The vehicle didn't make a rattle, a knock, a nothing. Fuel quality. I talk about fuel quality all the time. I get my fuel at top-tier fuel stations. I don't find bunk hole-in-the-wall fuel stations to get my fuel. Fuel quality is key. And I thought it was seriously something that I did that was causing this vehicle. You know, we all make mistakes, right? So I'm double-checking, triple-checking my work, and I'm like, you know what? In 10,000 miles, nothing rattled, nothing squeaked, nothing made noise or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just randomly, it wasn't even like the lady said it was a progressive type of thing that happened slowly. It just happened all at once, which tells me it's probably not a valve clearance thing. The engine's not making any kind of noise like that. It's got to be a fuel issue. The sensors seem fine. They ohm test fine. It's just a power and ground circuit to the knock sensor, and then the knock sensor itself has something like, I think it's like 4.8. It's like mega ohms or something like that. That circuit stays, basically, it has high resistance or stays open until a knock occurrence happens, and it closes the circuit, and that's how the computer knows something's knocking on that particular motor, the setup where that type of knock sensor is used. So I test both of them. They both test as they're supposed to. start the vehicle back up with fresh fuel and stuff in it, drive it, let it get hot, get it up to operating temperature, get it on the highway, no misfires, no nothing at all. Vehicle's been running perfectly great. I've put probably an hour and a half of my time into this vehicle just to make sure the job that I did didn't cause this customer any kind of problems, and it turns out it wasn't anything that I did. It was just bad fuel that they got. Now the vehicle's running great. Be blessed, guys.